Hi, everybody. My name is Justin Gatlin. I am pastor at Alvin Missionary Baptist Church, and I was preparing a funeral today. I thought it would be really useful to show some other people how I put together the technical slide in Proclaim. Proclaim is really nice because it's a subscription, and it's all online. And so whatever I do on my computer will be ready on the media computer, and everything's synced and easy to go. If I'm short staffed, I can control it with an iPad or my phone. It's just really convenient, and it makes some of the stuff that we generally want to do at a funeral a lot easier. And so let me just show you a little bit about it. So I created a new presentation here. I just gave it the title Funeral Service. I set the date to the date of the funeral tomorrow, and it's going to start at 10 a.m. So I've got that plugged in here. Proclaim has got a couple different pieces. The first part is this pre-service loop that's going to play continuously until however long the warm up is. If I've got like a 30-second slide in there, then it'll be until 30 seconds before 10. Or if I've got a 2-minute slide, it'll be 2 minutes before 10 until it runs out of time, and then it'll switch to the warm up. And then at 10 a.m., the warm up will play. The service, it'll switch over to the service. So for us during a funeral, usually before the funeral starts, I've got a slideshow playing of things from the family. And so what I would do is I would go to add item, and I'd go down to image slideshow, and I've got that in that pre-service loop here. So then I would go to add images, and I'd go to import, and I'd pick a picture. You can control click so you can get them all. And then I'm just going to do one because I've already done that. And then I like to add the person's name as a tag. That way, if something goes wrong, I can go back and find it. And then I usually add funeral as a tag as well for no particular reason. So don't click use on this computer only if, like me, you're doing it in your office and you want it to all be synced up. And instead, just leave that blank, click add, and it'll do it. If you've already uploaded the pictures, like I have, then you'll go to add images, browse media. And again, I have the person's name in here. So I wrote their name up top. And then I've got all their pictures right here. I wish that there was an easy way to select all, like Control A or something, but that doesn't work. So if you have them in here already, you just Control click. But I've got them all because I already uploaded them, and I've got it sorted by that tag. And so I just kind of bounce along through here. And then I'm going to press add to slideshow. I go through the pictures and make sure that everything is upright and that nothing needs touched up. For me, what I do is when I know we're going to be having a service, I make a Dropbox file request, which is just something where it gives a link that anybody who has that link can upload pictures to your Dropbox, but they can't edit them or delete or go through them. They can just upload them. And so I give that to the family, and then they can send that out to whoever they want. And any extended family or whatever can upload those pictures, so I can collect all of their pictures in one place. I look for duplicates and stuff like that and make sure everything's straight. But other than that, it makes it pretty easy. So then I'm going to go up here to show each slide for a certain amount of time. I do think that 6 or 7 seconds is usually best for this kind of thing, with a fade transition of 1 second. That's just going to give you a nice kind of dignified look that is going to be good. In this case, it's going to give us about a 4-minute and 20-second video. Different numbers of different families have got different numbers of pictures, and so you might adjust. But we've got an hour visitation, and we're going to run it through. So if somebody misses a picture, they'll get another chance to look at it. Then I go to media, and I go browse media this time. I'm going to clear all these filters. And I'm going to type in loving memory, because I know Proclaim has an in loving memory slide right here, ready to go. So I click it. I like this one right here. And I'm going to click add as new content right here. Do that. And it is going to create this slide for me. And then I'm going to go to add item and browse media again. And this time I'm going to do phones. And I'll find a nice looking picture that says, please silence your cell phones. You pick the one you like. But I think it is helpful to have that rotate as we go. You can see they've got a bunch. But this one with the mountains is nice. This foggy one's nice. Just regardless, add as content item. And so now what's going to happen is until 10 o'clock at this point, this is going to loop and loop and loop. It'll play the pictures, it'll have the little person's name and everything, and then it'll have the reminder to silence their cell phones, and then it'll go back to the pictures again. So I will probably have this show for a little bit longer than 7 seconds, we'll do 10 seconds. And this in loving memory one, it makes up a time based on the number of words, which is not really ideal for this kind of thing. And so we'll do 30 seconds. And then of course you put in the person's name and everything. You can choose an image like this. So I go browse image, and the family, of course, tells you what picture they want. I had that, oh, again, it had that still background. It's not what I want, but just for the purpose of this demonstration here, I just load in a picture, and then you click apply to current foreground image. And then I can close this out, and you can see it's added that picture in. You can tweak that some. So if you right click it, you can go to move and scale image. And so I can adjust the crop and stuff. So I can drag in to have it a little closer, or, whatever. And so that's nice too. It's on the picture we're going to use, but it'll be okay. So in living memory, first name, last name, and so on. The other thing is to add music. So if I click up here and I go to import or browse audio, if you already have the music in there, I am going to go in my computer. I've got it here in the music file. They wanted the gospel music of the Statler Brothers. And so I'm just going to open these. And it is, I'm going to, again, add the name of the person so that I'll be able to find them easily if something goes wrong. And then I'll press add. And so now it's going to play these. Now it's very important to go down where it says continue repeat. I want to do end of section. Okay, what that's going to make it do is that until 10 o'clock, it is going to loop through these songs and these slides over and over and over again. I then go ahead and duplicate my phone slide and my in loving memory slide so that the music will quit 40 seconds before 10 o'clock, kind of a little cue to everybody, time to get ready. And it'll show these slides one last time, and then I can go up and start the service. So I'm going to duplicate that yet again, actually, because then we've got the service itself. So I am going to, in my case, the order of service I've got is that I'm going to start out talking, praying, welcoming everybody. So I just want this slide by itself. After that, though, I want to play a song. So I'm going to go again to import, and I'm going to go to music. They wanted the song I Wouldn't Have Missed It for the World. So I'm going to add that. And again, I'm going to tag it with the person's name. And funeral music. It just makes it easier for me to find it later. If I had to start over, all that would still be tagged. And then in this case, of course, I do want it to be end of service item. You say, well, why not end of playlist once through? Why not make it so that it'll just play the song once? And that's fine. But the reason I like end of service item is if something goes wrong and they start to play the song early, the person running the computer switches early, that song will keep playing. And I don't want that song to keep playing if they switch out of that slide. If they switch out of that slide, then I want it to automatically stop. And so this does that. So I want to rename this. I missed it for the world. And then it'll be right there. So this is actually still set to auto advance from before, and certainly I don't want that. And I knew that because I saw the little 30-second thing next to it. So I'll play that song, and then after that, it'll quit. And we'll go on to the next thing at the end of that song. If you want to dummy proof it a little bit more, you can see the song is 3 minutes and 37 seconds. And so you can actually auto advance every 3 minutes and 37 seconds so that when the song starts, this slide will start, and at the end of the song, it will move on to the next slide, which I think is just dandy. It does help if you have the right slide selected, though, doesn't it? There we go. This one I do not want to auto advance. So then come up and read the obituary and all that. And for the people in the room, nothing is changing on the screen. I don't want any distractions on the screen. So it's still the same picture, still in loving memory of first name, last name, blah, 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 right? Still the same. What is happening, though, is in the background, if it's just me, which sometimes it is, I can just flip to the next thing on my phone. If I've got somebody there working in the sound booth, they can just hit next, and the next song is going to play. So sometimes I will even name these things like, welcome, and then obit, and I might put the person that's doing the obituary, and then our next song, same idea, right? You get it, but I'll show you one more time. So the next song they want is Last Date by Floyd Kramer, and so I'm going to go ahead and import that one. Again, Last Date, okay. Got it. Add, easy. And then again, I'm just duplicating this. And so after that, we'll have eulogies and so on, right? You get the picture. One of the other, and again, you can go here and you can say, okay, this song is 2 minutes and 23 seconds long. And so I'm going to pick it and I'm going to auto advance at the end of 2 minutes and 23 seconds. And I'm just going to make sure that it is set to end of service item, easy as can be. There's some other stuff we'll do, of course, but for the last song, it's Crown Song, Scars in Heaven. That one I already had in here. And so the procedure is very similar. Instead of import, I'm going to go to Browse Audio, and I'm going to type. And in this case, I didn't have it tagged with his name, so I'm just going to type Scars in Heaven. There it is. And I am going to click it and press Add. And again, that one is 428. So I'm going to set it to end of service item. And then I'm going to set it to auto advance in 4 minutes and 28 seconds. Easy. And it is going to work fantastically. So then I'll have more here for dismissal. Of course, I'm leaving out the sermon and stuff like that. There's one more song and everything, but I'm just trying to model how this works for you. So I've got the dismissal where it's silent. And then as people are leaving, I just drag this image slideshow back down here, and I can go to Browse Media, and I can do those same songs that we just did. So we'll do Amazing Grace and whatever as people are walking out, or I might do the piano or something like that if I've got some tagged as piano, like these I do. And I'd pick some, so we'll do Blessed Assurance and Amazing Grace to give us 5 minutes for people to walk out. Do one more just for fun there. And again, this one, I'm going to set it to end of playlist once through, because after it's 7 minutes, people are leaving. I don't need it to continue to play because the way we're going to do this. And so it'll play those 3 songs, piano, everybody will leave, and the service will be finished. So what funeral homes will often charge, a reasonable amount of money to make these slideshows and stuff. And it's great. I mean, I understand they've got to make a living and it's a lot of work for them. But what funeral homes will charge for, I can provide to a family for free when we're having the service at the church. And as you can see, it's taken me 15 minutes to do this whole thing, start to finish, and with me slowing down to explain to you what I'm doing. And so actually it's quicker than that. And so it used to take a long time. Now in 15 or 20 minutes it's done. You leave your computer on as long as the synchronization thing is going on, because it means it's uploading the pictures and videos in the background, because of course that takes some time. And now it's done. And so then when I go to our media computer in our auditorium and I open up this presentation, it'll start downloading it. In just a couple minutes, it'll be ready. And so I found that really, really helpful. If you're running last minute, sometimes a family brings you a slideshow that morning on a flash drive, or brings you pictures on a flash drive that morning. I run into problems sometimes with Proclaim if I have the synchronization going on in the background. Sometimes like pictures will show up black or something like that. And what I found works better if you're on the media computer already and you're in a hurry is to go ahead and check that use on this computer only button when you're importing. That way it's not trying to synchronize it in the background because you don't need that in that circumstance. And that does help too. So Proclaim is a modest monthly or annual fee. It allows you to do stuff like this. The amount of time that being able to do something like this saves me. If it saves you a couple hours and you do 30 funerals a year or something like that, or even less than that. If it saves you an hour and you do 15 funerals a year, that alone is worth the cost. And of course, Proclaim does all of your other stuff too, your media presentation, your song services, and all kinds of great things like that. So there's a lot more stuff you can do. If you're a power user, you can create your own slides and things like that. But I just wanted to show you a way that Proclaim makes my life a little bit easier. And if you already use Proclaim, it might make your life a little bit easier too. So if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to try to help you. I will put a referral link to Proclaim in the description and of this video. That way you can get a free trial if you want to try it out. Get a small commission for that I give to church planners. I don't keep it. So if you're interested in it, then you can click that link, and at no additional cost to you, you can get an extended free trial and help out some church planners. So just something to consider too. But if you already use Proclaim, hopefully this will make your quality of life just a little bit better while you're trying to serve families during a difficult time. All right. God bless you. Have a great day.